Hi, my name is Dexter Valles. I am the CEO and managing consultant of a consulting firm called Valma International. We are based in Mumbai, India, and we operate in the area of human resource management and particularly in the field of learning and development, specializing in human behavior. We are coaches and corporate trainers. One of the things that I keep getting asked many times by either participants in training programs or from some of my coaches is that they feel jaded, disheartened, and disappointed with their everyday lives because they really don't know what they are doing every day that contributes to their overall long term goals. Most of the time they say, you know what, I don't really know what has happened today. I've been really, really busy. But at the end of the day, when I try and figure out what I've done, I don't think I've done anything really worthwhile. Now, I'm sure everybody does a lot of things that are worthwhile. But why is this feeling that we are not doing things that are worthwhile? Have you experienced this? I'm sure you have in some part, if not largely, and many of us go through these feelings. It's not that we are not engaged, it's not that we are not doing things, but perhaps somewhere deep inside we realize they're not connecting with our long term goals. They're not connecting with our purpose in life. Now, how many of us have really figured out our purpose? Through most of our lives, where we've come through school and college, higher education, jobs, maybe you've changed a job. We've been so busy with setting up life that we perhaps do not really know where it is going or where we really wanted to go. How many of us have got careers that we did our education and certification in? At least not me. I majored in chemistry, did my MBA in marketing, then got a job in international business in an engineering firm, in marketing and sales, and finally, after 12 years of leading the business there and being very successful at it, I decided that that was not the place I wanted to be. I wanted to be in the area of education, in training and development, in human resource management, and that's what I've been doing for the last 20 years. So, out of the 32 years that I've been around the place doing things, I spent 12 years in a field that I was very good at, but where my heart was not really set. I don't regret it because I know what I've taken from there and brought into my life over here. For example, I've taken my extensive travel across the world, dealing with different cultures of the world and different consumer behaviors and preferences, and brought that into learning programs that I do, especially my cross-cultural communication and business etiquette program. But that's only the tip of the iceberg. So let me ask you, have you sat down to figure out where you are going? Do you really know what you want to do in life? Are all your goals just short term, just trying to make a better life, to get some more money, to maybe get some status, but maybe it's not what your heart desires? It is okay to have commercial oriented goals, like you want to be a certain level in an organization with a certain kind of finance and life status. Maybe you want to have a bigger, better car, bigger, better house. That's okay. But finally, what is it that you want to be remembered for? So here's something that I feel could help. It at least helps me. Think about at the end of your career, you are getting a lifetime achievement award, as we see today in all these celebrity awards. And let's say you are getting conferred with a lifetime achievement award. What do you think the person who is introducing you is going to be saying about you? And for what particular area of your life or expertise of your life are you getting that award? And take a notebook out and maybe write 4 or 5 points about what do you think this award is for? Why do you think you've got this award? What did you do to deserve it? And when you've got that down, it is probably not something completely related to the things you've been doing today. Let yourself roam free. Don't be burdened by any circumstance that you currently are in. Think about what is it really that you want to be remembered for. And no matter how much you have to stretch your imagination, if you feel that is right, write it down. Now, from that, ask yourself, how are you going to bring that backwards into your life now? What could that mean for how your life evolves till it reaches that stage? And maybe you will have some kind of idea what you want to do in the next 5 years, 10 years of your life. But on an everyday basis, if you could look at the goals you set, look at the plan that you have for the day and ask yourself, how many of these action points for my day today is connected to that lifetime achievement award, which would probably be my purpose in life? And when you've identified some of the things that you are doing today that could be connected to that, make sure that by the end of the day you have done at least that. No matter what comes in your way, make sure that those points are done. And if you find you have not put in any action points in your plan for today that lead to that, ask yourself what you could add to your action plan for today that could lead to connecting with ultimately that lifetime achievement award, your purpose in life. Because then you will feel that it is worthwhile living every day for what your life should ultimately mean one day in the future. And it has to be something that is meaningful not only to you, but to other people around you. Maybe to the world at large, maybe to the community that you are in. As long as it goes beyond you and maybe beyond your family, it would be worthwhile establishing as a purpose. So think about how you can bring meaning to your everyday life through aligning with your purpose. Make sure that every day you have something that you can put away in your diary to say, you know what, I have done something today to create the rest of my life. And as you go from week to week, month to month, year to year, you will actually find that you feel connected with meaning and purpose towards what you're doing every day. And you won't have that feeling of having a worthless day, a day that you don't know where it went and what you did with it. Because as long as you can keep focused on, among all the other things that you do, among all the other fires you are putting out, among all the wonderful things that you're doing for your company, for your family, and everybody at large, where you are committed in terms of your career, as long as you feel you're doing something for yourself, for your life, what is going to sustain and become useful to the larger canvas of life, you will start feeling that you did something that day that had great meaning. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you do find greater meaning in life. And if you have any more points to talk about, I'd love to hear your comments or maybe see a video that you would put in on this. Bye-bye and see you again.